I think it goes without saying there's going to be a lot of spoilers in this review. Hello again, Katie here, and so today I'm going to be doing a review of season 4 of The Walking Dead because the second part's just premiered in the UK and the US, and I want to take a look back at the first part. So if you remember, at the end of season 3 there was a big showdown at Woodbury and loads of people died. Andrea died, so many people died, and it ended with them taking a bus full of people back from Woodbury into the prison. You know what that means, new characters, but before we go on to the new characters, we need to talk about the old characters. So the first episode of season 4 was looking at how everyone has changed since the last season and how the prison's developed. Rick, first of all, has changed quite a lot. He's stepped back from the whole aggressive, scary leader person and now owns some pigs and a vegetable patch. It's all very cute. We also see that Herschel's youngest daughter, Beth, has been desensitised to everything. A bunch of people, including her boyfriend, go out on a trip, and when they come back and tell her that her boyfriend died, she doesn't really seem to care. She just goes into shuts down mode and flips the 30 days without an accident to 0 days without an accident. It's all very sad. Now the main story arc for the first part of the first season was this big super flu that was going around. Episode 1 ends with a new character called Patrick collapsing in a bathroom. If there's one thing Walking Dead's good at, it's cliffhangers, oh my god. Turns out he had this super flu that killed him, and if you remember, everyone is infected with the zombie virus, so whatever kills you, you're going to end up being a zombie. So of course he turns into a zombie, and he goes and infects everyone in his cell block. And this crisis kind of shocks Rick back into his leader mode, and he quarantines off a cell and everyone who could be infected. Now that was the smart thing to do, quarantine everyone off, try and get help. Carol burns some people. And then one of the episodes, some people discover that there are 2 charred bodies found at the back of the prison. Who did that? Carol, apparently. What the hell, Carol? Yes, Carol, the protective, shy mother that we saw in season 1, has developed into this crazy killer because she did it for good reasons. She did it so she could protect everyone in the prison. Didn't really work, but at least she tried. When Rick finds out that Carol was the one that killed those people, he abandons her. He takes her to a place to go and get some supplies and abandons her. Although Carol wasn't my favourite character, I am kind of sad to see her go, just because her character development was going so well and she was becoming such a badass. The way the super flu ends is pretty cool. Season 4 episode 5 is when the super flu majorly wraps up. Daryl and that come back with all the supplies they needed and the medicine and stuff to help them. Basically there's a giant crisis in the cell, so many people die, loads of people become zombies, so many zombie attacks, really actiony, really awesome. One of the fences surrounding the prison falls down while Rick and Carl are trying to stab all the zombies, which isn't good. You don't want zombies coming at you when there's only 2 of you, so they run off. And there's this really cool action scene where they get machine guns. I don't know where they got them from, but they get machine guns and just mow down a buttload of zombies. It's pretty cool. A lot of people die because of the flu, but this episode is when the flu wraps up and everyone starts to get better. Well, everyone apart from those who died of it. They're zombies now. But then halfway through the first part of season 4, guess who comes back? That's right, the governor's back. Apparently the first part didn't have much of the governor because they didn't want to use him too much because he'd been a major part of season 3, which I was quite glad about because I was getting a bit sick of the governor since the end of season 3. But he's back, and he's now actually a bit crazier than before, even though he didn't seem it. Kinda adopts a little girl, and it all seems very sweet and lovely. Oh, the governor's back to his normal self. No. No. I don't know why I thought the governor could be sane for a bit. The governor obviously goes crazy. He's like, guys, there's a prison over here, we should take it over. And everyone's like, yeah! And they get a load of tanks and guns, and they come to the prison. Plus they kidnap Michonne and Herschel. So the governor's new Woodbury, I guess, comes up to the prison and is like, yo Rick, if you don't give us the prison, we're gonna destroy it. And then Rick's like, there's not gonna be any use to you if you destroy the fences. And the governor's like, I'm crazy, I don't care. And then if you didn't hate the governor enough, he beheaded Herschel with Michonne's sword. Tank comes, rolls in over the fence, ruins the prison, kills loads of people. The prison group gets very separated and everyone kind of goes their different ways because there are loads of people fighting them. There are zombies everywhere. Rick and the governor have a big fight off. And thank the Lord the governor dies. Rick ends up killing him, but not enough to actually kill him. He injures enough, so he's dying. And I was really hoping that he was going to let him just bleed out and die there and then become a zombie. I was a bit disappointed about how the governor actually died. The mother of the child that the governor had kind of adopted killed him because she was a bit crazy, because he kind of shot his daughter, her daughter. It's a bit weird. I wanted him to either bleed to death and become a walker, as he deserved, or I wanted someone a bit more poignant to kill him. Maybe Michonne, or Rick, not some random girl that we just met. That's the only thing I didn't like about season 4 so far. Everything else was pretty cool. There's a lot of good action scenes. The supermarket bit in the first episode was really cool because loads of zombies started raining from the sky. What else do you need from a zombie apocalypse show? So I'd love to hear your thoughts on season 4 part 1 and the first episode of part 2 that's come out. And also, what do you think happened to Judith? At the end of part 1 we see Carl and Rick going towards her baby carrier thing and there's blood all over it and they assume that she's dead. But something just, I don't think she's dead. I think she's with some of the girls. But I don't know, what do you guys think? So I hope you enjoyed this review. Hopefully I'll come back and do a review of the second part. Until then, I hope you enjoy part 2 of The Walking Dead. I'll see you later.